This episode requires explaining some principles in psychology and might therefore be confusing to some audience. Please stick till the end and it should be clear.
If you set your favorite song as an alarm tone, you will most probably end up hating it. If you're watching this video, you have probably experienced the same thing, or you know somebody who has. Before we start, let's first see what happens to our ears when we snooze. Unlike the mate that our senses turn off during sleep, a study using the functional MRI and the electroencephalography or EEG recordings shows that our auditory sense remains active, though it's not as active as it gets while we're awake. This reduction in activity allows the brain to take a break from processing irrelevant auditory stimuli that surround the person during the day as they try to be well oriented and ready for potential danger. Ignoring these noises in the background puts the brain in a rest that only auditory input loud enough to exceed a particular threshold can result in shifting the activity of the brain into the engaging state where there is a conscious perception of the environment. This threshold apparently varies from person to person. It is believed that this is a survival trait that makes people respond to potential threats while answering their biological call. Whereas our ancestors used to wake up with sunlight or birds' tweets or whatever they used to have around them, our lives today have become bound to particular schedules, and in many cases, sunlight might not reach our bedrooms. Instead, we have invented alarms noisy enough to awaken our consciousness of our surrounding in order to be on time for our jobs or classes. A repeated use of the same tone as an alarm creates an association between waking up and that particular tone. This association is believed to be the reason why we may end up hating our alarm music. In order to understand how this association works and how it generates negative feelings towards the alarm tone, we need to understand how conditioning works. Conditioning is a notion in behavioral psychology that refers to either associating a stimulus with a response, like when you try to name your pet through calling their name each time you feed or treat them, or manipulating the occurring frequency of a particular behavior, either to reinforcing that behavior or punishing it. For example, when you treat your dog each time he poops in the backyard, or punish him if he's done it in the living room. While reinforcing a desired behavior, one can either give something good like money or take away something bad like a release from prison. Punishing an undesired behavior can also be either by actively doing something bad like torturing somebody or taking away something good like taking one's freedom. These are called positive and negative reinforcement and punishment. The way it relates to our case is in the waking up on time being the desired behavior and the oversleeping being the undesired behavior. Waking up early can either be reinforced through, anything that is believed to be better than sleeping, like a mother telling her child,
Each time you wake up at 6 a.m. you will get $10.
or you can punish the oversleeping behavior through taking away that pleasurable feeling of sleeping on the comfortable bed right after the time you are supposed to wake up. In our case, this is the job of alarms, which work as a negative punishment, breaking the brain's vacation and interrupting our lovely dreams. Unless of course you were having a nightmare, in which case it would work the other way around and you would be thankful for your alarm. Associating one song with breaking up the pleasure of sleeping develops an aversion towards that particular song, much like some people getting mad over the accumulated earning tax each time they receive the bills, since they technically take away a portion of their savings. The same way you remember and react to particular memories when you are exposed to a particular song you used to listen to during a certain situation. Each time you hear the alarm tone, you remember that hardship you go through leaving your bed in the morning. And that's where the hate is believed to come from. Unless of course you get enough sleep and you wake up full of energy, like in the movies, in which case you have no reason to hate the alarm tone. So get enough sleep you guys and preserve your playlist songs. Check out this video to see what makes some smells trigger memories. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fun videos.